Good morning, here's the plan. It's a limited crew. Mostly they'll be focused on backfill today. If the weather holds, there may be some concrete hollow blocks going in. Not much more than that. What could possibly go wrong? For anybody that managed to sit through yesterday's debacle, where I reset the GoPro to a ridiculous wide setting that put fisheye into everything, and had managed to knock the wind muffler off of my microphone, thanks for coming back and sticking with us. So today, it's a limited crew. There's 11 on site. There's no plan for any more to come in later, as far as I understand. They are doing what they can in pretty adverse conditions. It's not actually raining right now, but there could well be more rain later on. The focus will be on backfill, whether it's inside the house, which will be the focus later on after they get more deliveries of dirt. There's supposed to be 5 truckloads coming in today. For now, man is doing what he can around the site elsewhere with the little that is remaining. There's about a little bit less than a truckload still on the site that he can use. They'll try and get some concrete hollow blocks in place along the perimeter walls, but if the rain comes back, then they will stop that. It's not considered safe. Working at ground level on things like backfill is okay. Anything that is even remotely at height or involves carrying heavy things that could drop on your foot, they will stop. One more thing, today's actually going to be the last day that we can film for a few days. We're going away. It's my beautiful Asawa's birthday coming up, and within the restrictions of COVID, we are taking a few days away from here. So it'll be about a 5-day gap, and then we'll be back. So be patient if you don't mind. It is appreciated. And we'll see you when we get back, although we will film whatever we can today. Right, slightly unusually, we're doing a spot the difference competition. This is the north wall. I want you to have a look at this. Ignore the scaffolding, and I'm going to put the south wall up alongside this. Tell me the difference. And the answer, of course, which all you smart people got immediately, is the extra belt, the extra tie beam here on the south side. And your questions, Stephen and George, prompted me to go and ask about this, because I didn't know. And basically it's to do with the grade of the land on the opposite side of this wall. Because it's considerably lower, this wall from the other side will actually be 3.2 meters high, whereas the wall on the other side, on the south side, is going to come up to a total of 2.6 meters. And so for added strength on this wall, they've added the extra tie beam, the extra belt. On the other wall, it wasn't felt to be necessary. They do still have the steel rebar, the horizontal steel rebar, all the way around every 3 concrete hollow blocks, plus they get a little bit of additional support because of the wall on the neighbouring property, which effectively makes the land a little bit more stable. The wall itself is a pile of crap, but it makes where our wall is bedded a little bit more stable. Here, it's sitting in a mud bath. So that's the reason. But terrific questions from both of you. Thank you so much. That's what we need, guys. Keep it all coming. Keep these questions coming. Keep your answers coming, so this dummy can try and pass those answers on. It's just after the morning break, and on the north wall, Ronwell, aided by Jeff, delivering materials. Getting the last, I think this is the last level of concrete hollow block on the wall, and then on top of that there'll be a little bit of something, I'm not sure, I think it's a beam of some description. And then we've decided we're going to go basically with razor wire, barbed wire on top of that. So they've done 11 sections up to that level that Ronwell's working on now. There's about 7 more looking along down towards this end. There's a few, and then they've still got to build up the last section before we reach the neighbour's wall, and then complete down to the front of the property. So we're almost getting towards, I said it before, we're getting towards security here on this side. And I think we've had all 5 loads of backfill dirt delivered today, the 5 that were due to come in. Man, he's not hanging around, he's using it. And as they go, tamping it down with the tampanator. So again, a couple of people, George, Kazatek and if I remember correctly, Graham in New Zealand, both said try and tamp on a regular basis rather than fill it all up and then tamp it down. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's almost constant tamping as the earth goes in. And yes, we still have Ariel and Juanito doing a bit of manual stuff as well, just to move it around a little bit more. Here we've got Oliver and New Richard. Sorry, it's got to be New Richard, I can't think of anything else. Removing. Are they removing? Or are they adding? They're adding, I beg your pardon. They're adding new forms, preparing for the column pours. So, no form, form. Well, with the weather delays, I'm not entirely sure when this backfill will be completed, but as I mentioned this morning, we're going to be away. They will not pour the slab until we get back. I did tell the builder, look, I don't want to delay you. If you've got to go ahead, then you do it. But he now thinks that these rain delays and the smaller crew and everything else going on means, yeah, we've got a little bit more time before this gets poured. So hopefully we won't miss it on camera. It's 4:40. There was talk about half an hour ago that the crew might push on until 6. But then the clouds came back, the skies got grey, and they called it a day. So over here, south side wall, we have forms now in place. I can't quite see it over the top, but I don't think there's any concrete in any of these yet. But getting close. This section of wall, not quite complete, some way to go, but we're getting there. And on the north wall, they completed that top level of concrete hollow blocks, or 2 in some places, or even more further down there. Let's go and see. So we're not quite there yet again, and there's still a lot of columns to be poured, but the hollow block went in and we are getting up. We're getting close to the top, which I think that is as high as it goes, which looks pretty high to me. And imagine that there's another, well, at least half a metre and maybe as much as a metre drop on the other side of this wall. So we've got a wall-ish. And here inside the house, they filled and they tamped and they filled and they tamped, and they've got a lot more done. There is still, looking behind me, there's still a couple of truckloads of dirt that they can move tomorrow, but I'm sure more will be coming. And the rain is getting heavier, so I'm going to cut this short and just say that's it, day's done. We'll be back hopefully in about 5 or 6 days. We'll see what's gone on by then. What could possibly go wrong?